there have a massive controversy raised up about the speech of Shankaracharya Swami Mukteswarananda ji about the Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Shankaracharya said that Modi and Yogi both are not Hindu. Especially Yogi, he is for doing cow slaughter. He doing 150 temples to be demolished, destruction. So both are not Hindu. A massive anger have been raised up from Shankaracharya against Yogi Adityanath. Next year it is going to be election in Uttar Pradesh. You know, before Lok Sabha election, there have not massive result to Yogi Adityanath, and before the upcoming election, the controversy raised up from Shankaracharya is highly devastating thing for the Yogi Adityanath and as well as for the Uttar Pradesh. So, especially when the Shankaracharya reached out for Prayagraj yesterday for a dip in the Mouni Amabysa, that time the police personnel have been stopped for Shankaracharya and his convoy and said it walk to ghat by his leg. So that is the anger coming from Shankaracharya, that why the police personnel have been stopped him, and he was doing a dharna in the same place after the bathing. He raised anger. He said that Sevar endorsing disrespect for the police personnel, and there have a create barricade, and the stalwart of Shankaracharya, they have beaten by the police personnel. They try to barricade out or barricade over to their stalwart. So that is controversy raised up, and have been massive fray to one another have been raised up. The situational, the position actually, the stand, Shankaracharya and the Yogi Modi both are propelling by a Hindutva. So here is controversy raised up Hindutva versus Hindutva. What is create a devastating point that both are hit out one another, raise anger. There have another concern coming from Supreme Court, that Supreme Court sent a notice to Shankaracharya that prove how he became the Shankaracharya, because Supreme Court said he is not actually Shankaracharya. It's another raised concern and anger have been created to Shankaracharya. He said pertinent process have been done when I got the charge in Shankaracharya title. So he have been said this, but the controversy are not stopped. The another Hindutva Bhagava or another Hindutva monk or sage, they said that Shankaracharya, which is said by to Yogi and Modi, that is the devastating thing for the Hindutva, and it's not actually truth, because in Prayagraj when Kumbh was happened, there have 10 crore people have been come here. So it is not what he said. The Congress and Samajwadi Party leader Akhilesh Yadav, they support to the Shankaracharya statement and said that when we reached out for political propaganda, we must take a worship for the Shankaracharya. But when Yogi and Modi doing this opposite of this Shankaracharya, it's decline for the Hindutva, said by Akhilesh Yadav and Congress also. So today Hindutva has been questioned by the Shankaracharya. The Yogi and Modi, from their stalwart or party leader, there have not coming any statement, but the devastating movement is continuously outraged and outbursts across the India, and opposition take it very clearly when they said that Modi or Yogi, they not holding their horses properly. Actually this incident are not happen suddenly. It's coming from the inauguration of Ram Lala, Ram Temple. Because in the inauguration of Ram Temple, when Ram Temple was consecrated, that time the Shankaracharya was not being invited, because actually they given the statement that this time is not proper to be consecrated, but their statement have not been followed by the Modi Yogi and the authority of Ram Temple. In this context, the Shankaracharya was not present the Ram Lala inauguration or consecration ceremony. So, in this context, controversy raised up from that time. That time, Shankaracharya said that this time is not proper to be consecrated, but Yogi and Modi, they are for their own perception, for their own privilege, they doing this incident before the election of 2024 Lok Sabha election to got privilege. In this context, they doing that, said by Shankaracharya. And this controversy raised up from that time, and it's today it's standing a biggest question and standing a outburst and gigantic figure. The controversy is and fray are being continuously going on. Shankaracharya continuously raise up his anger, but any other three Shankaracharya, they not open their mouth, because there have a system when you take oppose to a constructive authority, when you take oppose against a constructive authority or system or institution, then you must have pay the price, because when the authority from pressure creating from the authority or from the institution, when anybody not helping to you, and it's massive devastating thing are not being perception by the Shankaracharya. But I think any other three Shankaracharya, they not open their mouth for against a constructive institution, because a constructive institution or gigantic institution like government, they can do anything. They can do snatching to behind the bar, imposing a false allegation. They can doing the taking its oppose or hinder to your activity. So in this context, any other Shankaracharya, they not support to Shankaracharya Mukteswaranandji, and he is only one man to doing oppose Modi and Yogi, and any other Bhagava or any other monk, they doing that, which said by the Shankaracharya is not truth. Thank you.